The Magic Flute, the study of Mozart's last great opera. Module number 1, Mozart, blending and embedding societal shifts in musical compositions. In this module, we review Mozart's ability to embed societal shifts and changes within his compositions as seen in his String Quartet number 14 K387. We as a class will transfer this knowledge to identify Mozart's ability to manipulate the societal shift of the Enlightenment movement to create various themes and archetypes throughout his composition, The Magic Flute, particularly focusing on the idealism of light versus dark in gender, ritual, and society. During our Week 2 discussion posts, we as a class discussed how Mozart combined elements of the learned sonata form style with that of the galant style, particularly in the fourth movement of his String Quartet number 14 K387. His ability to blend these compositional styles illustrated the social and political changes of music and society as a whole during this time in Vienna. This movement demonstrated the political and financial power shifts as the middle class grew and became more prominent in society. The blended learned style and the galant style are like a conversation of old and new. The learned style is representing that of the wealthy nobility, and the galant style is representing that of the middle class. Through this movement, Mozart created a musical conversation based on the social, financial, and political growth in Viennese society. Mozart became notorious for manipulating and embedding societal shifts into his compositions. Proof can further be seen in his final opera, The Magic Flute, which premiered on September 30th, 1791, at the After-Wieden Theater near Vienna. Mozart was facing many personal trials and tribulations during the time leading up to this composition. In 1788, at the height of Enlightenment, Mozart was appointed the imperial and royal court composer of Vienna. While this position sounded prestigious, the salary it paid was not. Mozart had to borrow a great deal of money from his fellow brethren in the Freemasons. Mozart's health was beginning to fail, and his wife Constanza's absence due to her performance schedule caused extreme bouts of loneliness for the composer. In 1790, Mozart was propositioned by an old friend, Emanuel Schikaneder, who was an actor, singer, poet, and librettist, to compose the music for an opera. Thus, Mozart began composing The Magic Flute. It is believed that Mozart embedded many Masonic beliefs and traditions through allegory and symbolism to pay homage to those who had loaned him financial support during this difficult time. As previously stated, Mozart had a keen ability to manipulate and blend societal shifts and changes into his music. At first glance, the music and libretto of The Magic Flute seemed to be sending the characters on a journey of enlightenment through the conflicting realms of light and darkness. When studied deeper, the conflict at bay is centered more so on gender, not man versus woman, but rather masculine versus feminine. Scholar Priscilla Stuckey stated, "The duality of light and darkness becomes the fundamental gender metaphor in the drama, a metaphor that spills across the boundaries of gender in this opera to describe also categories of class and race." The symbolisms embedded in the Magic Flute have deep roots in the construction of gender, being that they are a gendered system, which implies specific constructions of class and race. Mozart embedded in this work the constructions of the Freemasons, sun and moon, which are connected to light and darkness, which also connects to the codes of gender, race, and class, particularly playing on the ideals of the Enlightenment era. It is important to note that the opera draws its life not from philosophy, but rather from mythology, an idealism believed by the Freemasons. Freemasons borrowed symbolism from older mythological or mystical belief systems and blended them within the framework and idealism of the Enlightenment rationality and social order. The Freemasons idealized a goddess named Isis, who appears in mythology at night wearing a pitch-black cloak that shone with a dark glow upon which gleamed the stars and moon. Mozart embedded this goddess, honored by the Freemasons, into the opera by writing this into the character of the Queen of the Night. The story of the Magic Flute follows the journey of Pamina and Tamino from the world of the mother, feminine depicting the archetype of the world of darkness, which is threatening and chaotic, towards the realm of the father, which was masculine, depicting light, order, and rationality. Mozart and Schikaneder continued to embed Freemason symbolism through the golden flute and silver bells. The colors, gold and silver, signify male and female, and sun and moon. The Queen of the Night's character possesses both masculine and feminine qualities, hence why she gives both a golden flute and silver bells to Tamino and Papageno. This symbolizes her need to preserve the balance of the universe. As the story unfolds, the queen is seen as arrogant for challenging the male and masculine realm and constantly seeking to possess the sun of knowledge, when she should remain in her own realm of darkness, which is supposed to be the proper feminine place of reflecting knowledge, but never owning the knowledge. The storyline circles around the Enlightenment tendency to regard women as inferior to men in the area of lacking reason, but superior to men in the ability to possess love and passion. This idealism played an emphatic role in the conflict resolution used through the rituals of initiation in this opera. Throughout the libretto and music, Mozart defined enlightenment as the equivalent to manly masculinity and wisdom as the male prerogative. The resolution of conflict in the Magic Flute represents the tension in relationships between genders. The character of the Queen of the Night is split into good feminine and bad feminine, and represents the feminine threat to male authority, control, and ultimately the male prerogative.